Here we are then, episode 3. We're going to look at doing this sump at the moment. So we've jacked the engine up, taken the sump back off, put the steering rack on, fitted the UJ back in. Look at that for clearance. Lovely. She's spot on. But we don't have much clearance here between the pickup and the pipes, so we might have to get creative with that. We just let me move the torch down. So we've obviously got oil pump and the pickup there and the feed tube, but not a lot of room between the pipes and the steering rack. So we're just going to cut the sump a little bit, give us a bit of a lip to work off of, and then make a cardboard template. Very accurate template making skills there, Kevo.
Yeah.
Oh well, give us a nice line to work to, won't it? And then we'll just cut that bottom bit off, just stick that back in the car and see what we got. Let's have a look. Yeah, nice little line all the way around. Nice. So, we've got the sump bolted straight back on, giving us a nice little lip to work off all the way around. The issue that we are currently working with is that rack line there. We're looking at making it ourselves to give us a bit more clearance. But, should be pretty simple. Add some baffles. Send it. Here we go then, day 2, trying to work out how I'm going to fit a sump in there. You know, been doing some cutting, playing with some cardboard templates, and come up with this. So this is, if I flip it over, the original sump, what we cut off. So, come up with the idea of flattening the front at an angle. It's a bit crude, bear with me. At an angle to try and clear that, because we've also got to try and clear that. But hopefully we should have enough room to get into that. I'm not very hopeful. I've also, ignore this, I'm going to cut this out anyway, but put the bowl at the back. So now I've got to try and squeeze that into there. I have also thought about machining the bottom of these off slightly, bottom of these tabs, just to give us an extra couple of mil clearance. But in an ideal world, I don't want to mess with the steering too much, but might have to. I'm going to try and bend this out of the way a little bit more as well. Well, sump's on, and steering rack is nowhere near. Might have to go back to the drawing board. I think might have to go even more custom. Day 3 of doing the sump. Got the oil pump back in. Rack is where it's supposed to be. There's really not a lot left of this sump, but this is so tight. There is no clearance at all. There's no clearance on that bolt hole, no clearance on that pipe. I think I'm gonna have to cut out a little bit more.
A few moments later.
Well, progress made. I have chopped out a little bit more. Can't really see it. I've got about half a mil clearance on that pipe, but it seems to fit. So I just got to be careful with that pipe there, and I can start making a template up. Probably gonna slope this front straight down to where the pickup is there. I'm probably gonna move that sump plug because it's right in the middle of the subframe at the moment. It means I'm never gonna be able to get the bloody thing off, but yeah, looks good. And one thing I do have to be aware of is obviously there's a bit of a gap there, but just got to make sure it's not touching the bottom of that pickup. Should be okay. I don't know. Should be okay. But now the hard work begins. Ended up bringing the welder out quickly. I just tacked it on in 4 places. And this is what I've got to work with. So on the original sump, obviously the bowl sat at the front like that. Now it's going to be sort of at an angle to clear the steering rack, and the bowl's going to sit at the back. So let's get on and do it. So skip forward a little bit because I forgot to record. I can't do 2 things at once, you know. I'm new to all of this, but there we go. Obviously, it needs quite a bit of dressing back and stuff. And I'm no fabricator, but you know, front half of the sump done. Second half to go. Basically, that's just going to be a round bowl where the main oil is going to sit with a couple of baffles in there. Oh, have some of that. With a couple of baffles in there just to try and keep it, because the oil pickup sits there. So baffle there, baffle there. I reckon that'll be alright. Should be good to go. She's looking alright. Excuse my shoddy welding and grinding skills, but it'll look a lot better once it's all finished. Okay, I've jumped forward a little bit because I didn't want to bore you with 2 hours of me farting around, basically trying to work out the angles and stuff about the bottom of this sump, but we're getting there. So this is where I'm at the moment. Like I say, I'm no fabricator, but on the standard sump, this comes in, drops all the way down, and then basically flat at the back. So what are we reckoning that? The idea is to, well, I'm just about to tack this in place, is probably just do a bit of an angle like that so all the oil runs towards the middle, but quite happy with that. Tacked. Never mind all the gaps, I'll fill that in with weld like a real fabricator. And I forgot to put the gas on. So now I need to try and work out to follow this curve. I'm going to try and make that flat there. There was like a little lip there for some reason. I don't understand why. I guess it's just for bolt clearance, but yeah, the plan is try and follow this line flat across the back, follow that line. What I may do is cut it here, fold that round, and then I'll try and need to work out what angle to cut that at, because I'll probably have to put a plate like that at an angle. What I don't want is all the oil to sit here when I need it to sit here, so I'm trying to put a bit of a gentle slope on it. I mean, you can't really tell at the front, but at the front there is a bit of a gentle, God, that welding looks awful. A bit of a gentle slope to push all the oil to the centre, and on obviously under acceleration all the oil is going to come to the back of the car. So need to put in some more angles, but you know, quite happy with that. Big progress. Hopefully get this finished today. The heavens have decided to open on us. Yeah, ideal. So whilst I'm in farting around with the sump, I've just got to tidy up these corner bits. You know, a couple of triangles, a bit more welding, get that in there like that, and the sump is basically done. Just have to weld it all up. Whilst I'm doing that, old Kevo is out there attacking the subframe. So once he's finished what he's doing and we take it off, I will show you what he's doing. Okay, so still raining. A couple of hours later, still raining. Sump is pretty much there now. Ignore my horrendous tacking, but yeah, I've got to weld all of that up. Look at that, follows that slope nicely right across there. Weld all of that up, and we've started doing the subframe. So chop the middle out and move that. Chop the middle out, plated that up, plated both sides. We're probably going to do like a little gusset either side just to add a bit of strength, maybe a plate across the bottom, and then starting to weld all the reinforcement plates on as well. So subframe's nearly done and sump's nearly done. Moving on again, because I keep forgetting to set the camera up, we are back in business. So, test fitting the sump, making sure it's clear of the steering rack, which it is, and it's also clear of the bell housing right at the back there. Subframe fits. We did have to cut and weld it a little bit more than we thought, but let's see. But you know, got clearance, very tight against that subframe steering rack bolt there, and we're going to have to move the drain plug for the sump as well. But yeah, add some gussets to the subframe, finish off plating underneath, and then subframe's done, finish up welding all of the sump, and then that's done, and then that is basically the major fabrication done. Then we can put the head on, start working on the inlet, because we might have to do a custom inlet. Exhaust, I'm not sure. Hopefully we're going to get away with a log manifold, but the log manifold, it might sit the turbo right in the way of the turret, but we obviously need to get the head on first. But yeah, that's it for this week. You know, we've made some really good progress in my opinion. It is still raining, so I am still stood outside in the rain at the moment, but yeah, engine's in. If you've got any questions about any of this, anything you want me to go into detail even more, you can leave a comment or message me on Instagram. That's probably the best place to ask about it. But hopefully should be back on its wheels soon, and then we can start doing some real exciting bits like finishing off that engine. Yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.